There's a massive amount of global uncertainty. Globally, markets are losing their support levels. One critical thing that should be going through your mind now: how do we prepare for the worst case scenario? We've seen the Armageddon line get cracked once again. The shorts are gaining more and more confidence. Yet there's still a lot of positive sentiment in the crypto market. We'll run the numbers together on the greatest gainers and also the greatest losers. We'll check the top 8. A lot of people are going to be talking about a crisis. I want to talk about preparation and enormous opportunities ahead. Stay tuned, it's going to be awesome. Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method that reveals smart money buy and sell levels. BORSOG trading, which helps you get into sync with the markets. And the CTKS Masterclass to transfer skills to be your own financial advisor. If you're new, a very warm welcome. And welcome back, KS family. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, as well as the stock market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out a CTKS ambassador to get 80% off. And if you're in financial hardship, you can always apply for the partial scholarship. The link for the application is in the description as well. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 1.06% to 19,034. Ethereum is down 2.06% to 1279. The markets are highly on edge because the PPI and the CPI are coming out this week. Retail sales and consumer sentiment are also coming out. The next FOMC meeting in 22 days has an 82.4% probability of a 75 basis point increase in the federal funds rate. Price structure is weakening across global markets. And when looking at the 9 sell-offs and recoveries in the S&P 500 since 1966, we can see the price is following very, very closely to the price momentum during the GFC. Many investors are scared to death of what's happening inside markets, but I want to present another picture to you. Seizing opportunity and having an opportunity mindset is really, really important. And Art said, seizing opportunity is a learnt skill. The key is to train your subconscious. When opportunity presents itself, act on it. When I was much younger, I missed some once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. I was unable to act because I was frozen in fear and I didn't even know it. Looking at charts like this will freeze many people into fear. The key thing to understand, you control the trade or investment, and we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, so investors shouldn't learn how to trade. But we also know the market controls the returns, and those returns are based on your active learning, your knowledge and your courage, your ability to spot and act on opportunities. And the market always penalizes blame and gambling. Both come from a lack of knowledge and a lack of courage. I've done some updating on the BORSOG code. We can see, for example, this code. A lot of people just recently reached out and said, Ken, what's this code? What's it all about? Okay, it's 3 specific sections, and it's 3-dimensional thinking with our ANF risk management strategy. ANF is literally standing for against, neutral, and for. Think of it just like a stoplight. If price goes against you, you're likely to lose money. If it goes neutral, it's in a holding pattern. And if it goes for you, you get the green light. The next time you look at a traffic light, think of ANF and the risk management that you need to apply to your trading and investing strategies. What we do is that in this upgraded version 2, we put ANF, just to keep it really, really easy. So this one is saying that the market will be neutral. 25% against, 50% neutral, 25% for. This is this section. And the synchronization factor is how in sync with the market you feel. It's more than okay to be completely out of sync with the market. That just shows you that the market is changing its character. And typically, when everybody is out of sync with the market, that's the time that the market does what nobody expects. It reverses. The BORSOG code, or the buy on red, sell on green, Rule 621 code, is all about your three-dimensional thinking, your ANF strategy for your entire portfolio and any specific trade. We can see global markets through the All-Country World Index, the ACWI, continue to weaken. As a community, we have a positive excellence mindset. We're all about seizing opportunity with courage and saying no to fear. Tales from the Man Cave said, seizing the opportunity with courage can be tough because we've had so many triple dipping dips. All we have to go on is our knowledge and three-dimensional thinking, our ANF strategy. I am looking for a massive drop and long liquidations with a clear cause behind it. Even then, we'll need a strategy if we drop further. So in this sense, courage can be boosted by having a well-informed plan for all scenarios. What we're seeking to do is to implement Rule 359, be on the right side of the percentage. You can be on the wrong side of the trade, but on the right side of the percentage, and you will do very, very well. As professional traders, we're always looking for an edge inside the market, and we can see something really interesting here. The federal funds rate prediction of April 2023 is currently 4.670%. We've seen it actually come down a little bit in the past trading session. We can also see the yields just wavering a bit. The 10-year and the 30-year have come down, as well as the 20-year. The 5-year is basically flat, and we've seen a little bit of an uptick in the 2-year. There's a lot of fear in the markets right now, and we can see that the Nasdaq has lost its lower levels of support. We had a level of support here. We lost that with this one. We're now trading underneath. When you lose a level of support, especially a key one, it shows the potential for more negative momentum inside the market. It doesn't mean that it's not going to come up and retest that area of previous support, which has now turned into resistance. So just be aware of that. Gianluca from yesterday's comments said, seizing opportunities starts with positive thinking and a positive mindset, so that we can see opportunities surrounding us instead of obstacles. Well done, my friend. We read the news, of course, but we pay most attention to the charts, and we can see the 10-year break-even inflation rate and the 5-year break-even inflation rate have both spiked upwards. This is really concerning. Inflation is getting baked into the economic system, and we can see even in Australia, some Apple workers in Australia vote to strike over pay and benefits. This is baking inflation into the economic system. And in the US, President Biden would rule that gig workers must be treated as employees for companies like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, not independent contractors. This is also baking inflation into the economic system. And in France, some staff have been ordered back to work to tackle the refinery strike. Currently in France, 60% of France's refining capacity is offline and blocked distribution from fuel depots. This is yet another example of inflation being baked into the economic system. When inflation goes high, it actually hits people's purchasing power and lowers their ability to buy the same as what they bought previously. And these are happening all around the world. And we're seeing strikes throughout the economy. What is the railroad strike of 2022 in the US and why rail workers are striking and what it means for you? 12 railroad unions together representing about 115,000 employees won 24% raises and 5,000 in bonuses over a 5-year contract. You can imagine what happens when inflation gets really out of control. This is literally only the beginning. Hopefully, this throws a deeper context into why the Fed must raise rates. And this may also help to explain why the 5-year break-even inflation rate and the 10-year are spiking upwards. In the last session, we saw fear come up. The Nasdaq actually not make it above resistance. It's now below resistance again. Bond prices continue to fall. Bond yields continue to rise. The dollar is rampaging upwards and gold falling. And we can see oil starting to weaken. We did, however, get a little bit of a kick up in junk bonds, but that was very short-lived. When looking at the CTKS method, derived dynamic daily smart money buy and sell levels on the DXY, we can see the Stanfield levels for the DXY. We've got a lot of support at 112.731, a lot of resistance at 113.950. We can see that we hit this support level and just bounced. That's what smart money does. Smart money knows where these levels are, and you do too. The dollar is currently trading at 113.291. That's 113.291. We can see if we get above this 113.950 level, it's a clear shot up to 115.998. That's a bit of a worry. If you see big spikes in the DXY, it's likely the markets are melting down. That spikes up. If you see big spikes down in the DXY, that's incredibly good for the main markets and for crypto. There's always opportunities in financial markets, but seizing them requires learning and gaining knowledge. And when you see it, you have to say yes, as Jade shared in yesterday's comments. Getting your knowledge up is absolutely critical. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is essential to seizing opportunities. Setting your goals and seeking out opportunities which help meet those goals, and surrounding yourself with positive people who want to help each other. And one of the most positive communities, global families that you will ever find is the CTKS clan. It's also one of the most knowledgeable because we mark up our charts with the CTKS method. We look outside of crypto, checking world events and collecting probabilities so that we know what is actually going on. So few people do this in the crypto space, look beyond the charts to all the other myriad charts impacting the chart that they're analyzing. Then we come back into the crypto market, understanding that opportunities reset daily and finding the market's focus. But before we buy or sell, we must master fear and emotional control. Emotional control is really all about courage. When people don't have emotional control, fear is ruling their life. When they do, courage is ruling their life. A couple of days ago, I pointed out what happened with the S&P 500 when we had a breach under a support level, and then we had a spike up like this, like what we've seen just recently. The negative price momentum was occurring in the next couple of weeks. This is a weekly chart of the S&P 500, but you can see how price came back and tried to test that level of once support, now resistance, failed and sold down. And this is exactly why we need an opportunity-based mindset. We know the price moves in waves, and if we get these tails and we sell up around the particular resistance level, it could be fantastic, and that's what we're after. So we need to get some sort of appreciation as to where Bitcoin and the markets could fall down to. With the S&P 500, the first major support zone is from 33.12 to 34.57. The second major support zone is from 31.35 to 32.25, and the final major support zone is 29.91 to 30.77. Always remember, price is always moving in a wave. It's always coming up and down, and you can see that. This is just the nature of price. There's so many opportunities inside the market. Don't let the mainstream media sell you fear. Instead, take on courage. And those levels of smart money, buy levels, were created through the CTKS methodology, and that's only available inside the masterclass. I'll be reaching out to the shortlisted Tails CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship awardee this week, so please keep your eye on your emails if you have applied for the partial scholarship. And thank you again to Tails and all the very generous global family members that are seeking out to help others. It's just beautiful. We've seen Bitcoin yet again crack the Armageddon line. The Armageddon line is at 18,942. Bitcoin is currently trading at 19,044. The Armageddon line is there to warn you of very, very little support below the current price. If we look back to the last cycle, we could see, for example, in 2018, towards the start of 2019, we had very similar price action, just consolidating along this line. One thing that you might like to just bear in mind, that when we look at the mining hash rate, we can see that over time the Bitcoin hash rate has been exponentially increasing. This secures the Bitcoin network even more, but it raises the cost for miners. This means that miners need more and more powerful equipment to do the mining operations. And with the costs of energy just skyrocketing, that also puts negative pressure on Bitcoin miners. This means that as the costs increase, miner capitulation is definitely on the cards. And as we saw in the 2018 run, what actually happened when we started to break support? This happened. So just be aware of the issue that when you actually break support, it can cause very big problems. But also remember, there are always opportunities inside a crisis, and that's what we look for. And lowering your average buy price for Bitcoin and other cryptos that have good, solid fundamentals is an exceptionally powerful thing to do. And we know price is always moving in a wave. And even in that climactic sell-off, there were actually numerous opportunities to make profits. We could see a near 9% return there, nearly 15%, around 28% there, around 13%, and just a little over 35%. This is why we always must keep in mind price moves in waves. Remembering Rule 28, opportunities reset daily, is a very, very good rule to remember. And Jay Bripto said, and welcome back my friend, seizing opportunities. I think the most important things are confidence in yourself, a belief that you can rise to the occasion, and the willingness to do what is necessary under the circumstances. Even if you aren't able to seize the opportunity, it can serve as a lesson for what may come in the future. Across the years that I've been doing these videos, I often said to people, would you actually buy when you saw a waterfall moment like this? When price is going up, everybody says, of course I would, Ken, absolutely. But you may get the opportunity coming up. So what will you do? Let's check out what the shorts and the longs are doing. We can see the shorts gathering more and more confidence. They believe price is going to come down. And with price so close to the Armageddon line and so many negative things inside markets, so many markets losing their support structure, of course the shorts are being intelligent here. And what do we see with the longs? The longs are saying, yeah, I'm not quite sure I want to buy this dip, because it actually may just keep dipping. We've seen 98.81 million in liquidations across 52,330 positions. And in the last 24 hours, about 84% of total liquidations have been long liquidations. Across the past 12 hours, about 57% long. Past 4 hours, say 76% long, let's round up. And the past hour, about 61% long. We can see the longs have been severely whacked, and you can see that from the relative differentials here. The longs have been outweighted with their liquidations, but the shorts are always getting liquidated too. It's never all 100% one way or 100% the other. Somebody's whacking someone somewhere. And it's critical to understand Rule 45. Your beloved alts cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity. When we look at Ethereum from a total capitalization perspective, we can see it's lost its support. What about all the alts? With the exception of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've also lost support. What about all the alts, including Ethereum but excluding Bitcoin? Definitely lost support. And what about all the cryptos, all the alts, Ethereum and Bitcoin? Also lost support. Total crypto market cap is currently 881.965 billion. Looking at the greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, USDC, the not so stable coin, is ramping it up. HBAR has put in a brilliant recovery and is just coming down at the moment. ENS, Ethereum name service, come up a little but still under a lot of upward resistance there. Flow has put in a technical bounce. TWT, seeking if it's going higher, but it has a lot of support underneath. But remember, Bitcoin's gravity is very, very important. Some of these alts will inverse Bitcoin's gravity for a short time, and they're fantastic to be in. EOS, just a technical bounce at the moment. LDO, technical bounce. And Doge, a technical bounce with passion. Turning towards the greatest losers, Ape lost its support, its own Armageddon line, and you can see what happens when you lose support. It can be fairly brutal, so just bear that in mind. XLM, Stellar, just coming back to a level of support. Keep in mind what Bitcoin does. And to do and understand what Bitcoin is doing, we have to understand what the stock markets are doing, what the Feds are doing, what inflation is doing. There's so many things we need to understand. And I cover that off inside the masterclass. Looking at Link is retracing just in line with Bitcoin's gravity. Clayton, we can see Clayton lost its level of support and has had an Armageddon level sell down. Just bear this in mind. Just keep your eye open for these patterns, because when they start to reverse, it could get really, really interesting. Good to keep in mind. Uni selling down with Bitcoin's gravity. Matic put in a little bit of a kick up, overextended the upward movement in Bitcoin, and has now been pulled back by Bitcoin's gravity. And we can see Raven Coin lost its Armageddon level and sold down. It's just trying to figure out where it will go from now. And Sand, the similar sort of thing, loss of support and sell down. This is why you must know your support and resistance levels. And the best technique in existence is the CTKS method. Turning to the top 8, we can see Ethereum just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. BNB moving in alignment. ADA has been much weaker, and this is what you must always keep in mind. When something is weak, it can really, really sell down. It doesn't mean it's a bad project or anything. It's all about investor attention, and that's what we track. And that's what I talk about a lot inside the masterclass. We can see XRP just following Bitcoin's gravitational alignment. And it's really interesting. A lot of people would say, Ken, are you crazy? That's not following Bitcoin's gravitational alignment. Well, let's check it out. This is definitely following. This here, that's following. This is a bit of a divergence as well, but it's an overextension and underextension of positive and negative price momentum. We can see that XRP was moving pretty much in sync with Bitcoin, and then it went out of alignment. And if you see and understand how Bitcoin's gravity actually pulls into the alts, you're going to see the entire crypto market literally with new eyes. Solana moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is Doge. And Doge, as we saw, has spiked up really well. It's over-exaggerating the up move. DOT is also a little bit weaker than Bitcoin, but not the weakness that we're seeing in ADA. And we can see Matic starting to get pulled down into gravitational alignment. Using the CTKS method, we can also appreciate where the levels of support are. The first major level of support is 18,356 to 18,636. The one below that is 17,064 to 17,492. We can just look at those two for the time being. Maybe put in a third one. 15,987 to 16,211. Remember, price is not always going straight down and not always going straight up. It always moves in a wave. It's also really important to do your three-dimensional thinking. We're just covering off the negative case, the ANF, the red light at the traffic lights, the against case. But what if it goes flat? What if it goes neutral? Or what if it goes for us? Please think about those opportunities as well. And it's the CTKS method that will tell you exactly what price is doing. As a community, we focus on positive excellence. We focus on courage and honor, strength and boundaries, inner peace and outer peace. We don't get perturbed by the market because fear is not in control of us. Courage is. Courage requires a positive mental outlook and the ability to capture opportunities when and where they arise. I want to thank everybody for their comments in yesterday's video, and of course in each and every video. You're just awesome people. I appreciate you all so much. And Jayling said, opportunities are spread equally for everyone, but the ability to acquire from those opportunities is something else. You must be ready, whether it's in terms of money, knowledge, or emotion. And you can only be ready if you invest in yourself. Thank you, Jayling, for your very insightful words. We've covered so much ground together in this episode, but there's something you must keep in mind, and that is all about your positive affirmations. You want to do everything possible to literally kick fear out of your life and put courage in its place. Courage doesn't come from gambling. Courage comes from knowledge and positive thinking. One way to fast-track courage into your life is through the Ctks Creed, which is a series of positive affirmations, positive statements you make to yourself each and every day. That will prime your mind for profitability, not just in the crypto and stock markets, but in life. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. As a community, when people try to sell us fear, we say, no thanks, I'm not buying. Instead, we equip ourselves with courage. If you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day together, then please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Please consider sharing and liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Thank you also to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto and stock markets, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.